Watson, nurse practitioner, coming to you to discuss the fun weekend that's upon us. Disclaimer, this is not medical advice, recommendations, or a diagnosis. This does not take the place of a well child check or a sick visit. If you have any questions, please see your healthcare provider or your pediatrician. So the 4th of July is this weekend. It's a time that we're usually all outdoors, around the water, around fire or the fireworks, doing all the celebratory things. I just want to give you some quick reminders, some quick safety tips, and maybe some hacks, things to just keep in mind as you get ready to enjoy and celebrate this weekend. So first, let's talk about just being outdoors in general. Bugs are still out. Let's make sure that we're taking our bug repellent or we're wearing good clothing to keep us safe from the bugs. The sun, it's even more hotter than it was, several weeks ago when we talked about sun safety and sunburns. So make sure that we're keeping ourselves as well as our kids covered in sunscreen. It only takes a few minutes of being out in the sun right now for their skin to get burnt. The younger the child, the easier it is for them to burn. So let's make sure we're either keeping them covered or they've got a really good sunscreen on. And then, make sure that where we're going, we are prepared for anything. So if we're gonna be at the lake, that we are talking to our kids about water safety, we've got our life jackets on at all times. We are being very aware and cognizant of what we're doing out on the lake to make sure that we're keeping ourselves and our kids safe. Same goes for if we're around a bunch of swimming pools or in a pool. You're talking to your kid about knowing they're safe, their boundaries and their safety mechanisms, and making sure that they are just aware of what's going on. And then for you, just self-check, phone down, eyes open, or hands on our small child. And then as we, have all the snacks and all the junk food and fun, we just need to make sure that we are, giving our kids water. If you're gonna be outside for sure and it's hot and they're sweating, they need to make sure they're being hydrated really well with good water. You can always put minerals or even salt, like pink Himalayan salt, in their water that will help hydrate them. Pedialyte is another choice that some like to use. And you want to make sure you give them good healthy choices. Instead of snow cones, we can do blended frozen watermelon, or instead of candy, we can do frozen fruit and take it with us and have it thawed out so it's real nice and cold still. There are some options out there. It just kind of takes planning and thinking and just being prepared. And then, of course, when we, 4th of July, we think fireworks. That's the big thing. Hopefully you all saw my post earlier in the week that gave some firework safety. I just kind of want to touch base again. Children under 5 shouldn't have sparklers. There needs to be an adult supervising all children at all times while they're doing fireworks or while they have sparklers. We need to make sure that we're talking to our kids about fire safety and what is acceptable and what is not. Only adults really should be lighting fireworks and making sure that they're in a good holder and that they're pointed in the right direction and everyone is far enough back and that there's water on hand at all times. Again, you can go check that post for some more recommendations. I hope you all have a wonderful time, have fun celebrating with your family and friends, and enjoy yourselves. But please just keep all these tips in mind.